Hello everybody and welcome to Civilization Beyond Earth, the game I've been waiting for so long, and I'm finally happy to be able to play it. So Civilization Beyond Earth is pretty much like a pseudo-sequel to like Civ 5. Plays very similar to Civilization 5. In many ways it's the spiritual successor to Alpha Centauri. Where pretty much about like 200 years in the future, Earth has suffered something called a great mistake, and it's just terrible on Earth. And there's nothing left, and so people start leaving to colonize other planets, and we are those other planet people. So without much else, I'm just gonna go ahead and start in a single player. I'm gonna set up a game. We're gonna play on a Vostok difficulty, quick, and we're gonna play on a small map. And so the way the game works is that first you pick a sponsor, and sponsor is kind of like the overall kind of like what your faction is. Now there's only 8 of them, but you'll see why in a second. So there's ARC, which is the American Reclamation Corporation, and they get like better spies pretty much. The Pan-Asian Cooperative, where they get production boosts. So it's mostly like China. It's arbitrary. I've seen various things of actually what parts of Asia it covers. Franco-Iberia covers like France, Spain, Italy, kind of like those Romance language countries. Get Portugal in there too. Slavic Federation covering Russia and kind of moving into Eastern Europe. You got Polystralia, which is kind of like Australia, like Oceania, like Pacific Islands. The Kavithan Protectorate, which is some sort of religious group out of India. Brasilia, which is pretty much just Brazil. And then the African Union, which just kind of encompasses Africa. So, today we'll be playing as the Slavic Federation, and when I say today, I mean we'll be playing for quite a while. Where orbital units are like satellites, they stay in orbit 20% longer, and the first one launched grants a free technology. So I'm going to do that. Now, after you choose your faction, you get to choose kind of like what colonists you bring with you. And, what I think I'll do is to kind of choose science bonuses, food bonuses, stuff like that. I think I'm going to go for, scientist and just have 2 science in every city. And then you have to choose kind of what kind of spaceship you have. So I need a continental surveyor, which is going to reveal the coasts around the map. And that'll let me kind of see, like what the world looks like. So I actually know like where things are in relation to each other and not just kind of a big black map at the beginning. Now, you also get to choose kind of what cargo you bring. So I'm going to go ahead and bring raw materials with me. It's going to give me a clinic building, which increases my health and science in my first city. So that way I just kind of get like a little short early game boost with that building without having to bother building it, so I can kind of focus on getting a worker out or something like that. And next you choose the planet. So, there's various options, they're all named and such. I'm actually going to go to advanced setup for a second. And I'm going to go ahead and make this a desert map, because I feel like it, really. And I want to actually play the game on a, where is it? A protein map, which is pretty much just being one big continent, so we're all kind of stuck together. I'm going to keep the AI random, but what I will do is go ahead and actually edit my faction. So I will be Drazule of the Drazule colony? Drazule Corp. Period. And we're going to have our short sponsor name be, I guess, more Drazule. And then our sponsor adjective will be Drazulian. Just because I can. I just discovered that right before starting recording. So that should be pretty much all it is. There's nothing here I really want, particularly. So, without further ado, let's start this. So here's a little quote from the leader who you play as the Slavic Federation, which is Vadim Kozlov. He's like a cosmonaut. And he's leading the expedition here, so I'm going to go ahead and just start this. Now how the game starts is you're actually allowed to pick kind of like what tile you start the game on. So instead of like moving your settler, you just kind of get to choose where your first city lands. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to get these chitin immediately and on the coast, so it's fun. I get some nice resources like right off the bat. Got some fiber. Nothing particularly crazy, but useful. And so this is what the kind of the continent looks like. Looks like I'm on the far edge here. So if I start settling like a city here, I can actually kind of cut off and have this whole area to myself actually, which is pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is immediately just move up here and discover this area. And I think I will go ahead and build an old earth relic first. To start getting some culture out there. And so, there's a lot to go over. I've already actually played like 15 hours this game, in like the 30 hours it's been out. But, so the way this game works is there's a tech web. And you kind of go out and you discover like what technologies you kind of want. In kind of the order you need to. So instead of having a linear thing, you kind of pick what you need. And depending what technologies you pick, you might get some affinity bonuses, which kind of change your faction towards supremacy, which is like cybernetics and robotics, purity, which kind of remains like straight human, and then the harmony, where you kind of become more alien. And depending what technologies and quest decisions you make, they alter kind of how these things work. So I think I can go ahead and actually start off the game by researching engineering. And that's my first turn. So that's another thing, the other players, they start landing over a course of time. So here's Daoming Sochua, the Pan-Asian Cooperative. So she's just saying hi, she landed. And so there she is. So she kind of has this little section of the continent. So she and I actually have fairly good things, because we can cut off kind of sections and start keeping them ourselves. So go ahead and end that. And here's a crashed satellite and some aliens. So this planet is populated by aliens, which are kind of sporadically aggressive or not. And depending on how you treat them, they will either be aggressive towards you or not. Depending on how you play, you could actually start allying with them. So here's Polystralia. Their guy.
Come, Mr. Haban. The Commonwealth welcomes you.
Normally they don't come down this quickly, so it must be that the quick-paced game comes a lot quicker. So in this crash resource pod, which they kind of sent here before us, so we'd have things to find, because they need ancient ruins pretty much. We found 60 energy, which is kind of like gold in this game. That there's no real currency, that the value of currency comes from energy more. Which is pretty cool. So now I have a nice little cash boost pretty much. Oh, let me reconsider. Yeah, let's go this way now. And as things go on, I guess I'll explain them. There is a lot to get into, and I don't even fully understand this game. Oh, that's right. So here we got our city, capital. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna name this city Nova Praha for New Prague, because I am Czech, at least by heritage, and I feel like that just works for me. Let's run around, explore this area. I definitely want to get some coastal cities up in here. Maybe like one here, so I can get that gold and that coral and the algae. There's a lot of resources here. In fact, I might actually want to consider expanding there fairly quickly. Because it's actually a very good spot for cities. And we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna build a worker. And station discovered. Where? Oh, there's the station. Alright, so the way that the game works is that there's stations, too. And, so they kind of come down the land, and you can trade with them. And, they give you... See, this one gives me, it will give me 2 energy and 2 science if I traded with it, but only one person gets to trade with them at a time. So, they're not really factions, they can't build units or anything, they can't defend themselves, but they kind of stick around, and they offer some pretty interesting things. Alright, so what we got here is, Sumatera Jare Bare.
Iskawaran, the African people greet you.
He's from Africa. You get a virtue. Alright, so, virtues are kind of, like social policies from Civ 5. You kind of choose them, and, they give you benefits and bonuses towards, like your whole empire as a whole. And so you can either focus in one and go all the way down, and you start getting these benefits here, or you can kind of focus on like these top tiers, and you start getting benefits for doing a bunch of things in one tier. So it doesn't really matter if you focus in one or spread it around, because either way, you always win. So I think what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and do labor logistics and get 10% bonus on building buildings, so that my buildings will build faster, so I can get my infrastructure up as soon as possible.
Instruct the children not to dream
Right,
of
so we got
Torah.
that. So what I want. I'm gonna go for ecology for next. Let's go ahead and end that. Yeah, this is a game I've been waiting for a very long time. I mean, it was only announced not even that long ago, but I'm a really big fan of Civ 5, and I really like the science fiction kind of coat of paint they've put on it. And I've been following this game forever, and I've been really excited to actually do this. So here, these aliens are actually attacking my explorer, because they don't know what he is. They don't know how to deal with me, so they're just attacking me, so I'm gonna just pull back for now so I don't antagonize the aliens too much. Oh. Come on. Just gonna have him heal there, and I'm gonna go ahead and build... Let's build a plantation on this fiber. So I guess do that there. I'll go ahead and immediately build a thorium reactor. Okay, I can do this actually build soldiers. Because if those aliens start attacking me, then I should probably deal with them. You know, I guess central planning, you get +5 energy in my capital as well. So now I'm actually making a fairly decent amount of money. And I'll be able to start buying things soon. When I need them. You can just go build a plantation. This guy's just chilling there. Who do we have here? Mandria, so this is the Kavithan Protectorate.
The
Here's their
temple
leader.
doors of the Protectorate are open.
So pretty much like you kind of find out where people are at the beginning, but then it doesn't matter too much ultimately because they I guess the way it works is that like I see where they land and they say hi, but I don't know how they expand. So what I'm trying to do is actually kind of discover all of this area in the hopes that maybe the AI won't spawn there, because maybe it's discovered. I don't know how this works yet, so I'm just kind of hoping that's kind of how it does. So here's a quest. A quest kind of pop up from time to time. There's usually just a one decision or the other. So right now there's more of those stations they want to land, which I was just showing you before with 4 base 1. And I get to choose which one. I can either get the Church of the Dawn's Light, which gives 1 food and 3 culture, or I can get a Red Sun, which gives just 4 energy. So what I think I'll do is I get the Church of Dawn's Light, because they give a bit more diverse things, and they built their thing too close to there, so if I don't trade with it, eventually they'll just go away. And I think I will just ignore it, because I want to build a city here, and I don't think I can with that station there. So I'm going to go ahead and research geophysics, and hopefully I'll find, because I'm going to get some geothermal wells, which are a really good upgrade. Oh, I got more quests. Alright, so we also have our clinic, and now people are split amongst an ideological divide. Because we're expanding our territories, there's a great strain of both military and civic workforces. So we have to choose, kind of want to provide care for our defense workers, which increases the defense of the city, or want to help our civil workers and give 1 more health from clinics. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to give myself +1 health from clinics, because health is really important to this game. If you're in unhealth, then all of a sudden your empire starts producing less. First it's science and culture and stuff like that. So you always want to be healthy. And so I always try to go for as much health as I possibly can, because otherwise well, your empire just kind of falls apart. So we got here. There's some nice silica, some coral. Gotta explore these areas. Got titanium and more fiber. So I might also consider settling a city here and here. And I might need to get one like here too. I'll just deck this area out and just kind of turtle up and have my amazing empire here. So let's go up here and just build a mine there, I think. We already got soldiers, so my soldiers just gonna camp out here. Just kind of make sure that these aliens don't start messing with my territory. And what I will do actually is go ahead and build a ultrasonic fence, and that pretty much just make sure that no aliens can actually come within 2 tiles of my city, so they can't just come in and pillage my capital immediately. Yeah, it's just gonna fortify up here. And since I've discovered my entire little island, I'll just set this guy to auto-explore now. So I'll just kind of seek out what he needs to. I'm actually really liking this start though, because I can just hold this area off, and I can definitely get like at least 3, if not 4, good cities here. Very low far, but and not just all my cities make amazing. So there's a new station. Seems to have spawned down here, maybe? I know, the game's kind of weird with that sometimes. I don't know. Oh well, so let's go and just make another virtue. And what I think I'll do is actually go ahead and now do foresight. So whenever my empire is healthy, I get plus 10% science production, which I think is really useful. I'll give you 1 more science per turn, which is pretty significant for now, I'd say. Where'd you go? Didn't explore? Like a... No? Okay, fine. And that turn for now.
What's ours is yours.
Yeah, let's work together, Polystralia.
For a price.
In my last game, the Asians were my best friends. They just, like, love me.
What's ours is yours.
Yeah, sure, why not?
For a price.
If you like me. Where even is Polystralia? You down here? Yeah, you're quite far away. You're the closest one to me, but you're not that far away. So let's go see if we can start building some paddocks on these guys, and I'll start just building regular farms around when I can. Okay, so right now the aliens are actually cutting me off from exploring past this part of the continent. So hopefully they'll move. If not, it'll be a little annoying.
No village
Yeah, sure, let's
was
work together.
ever ruined by trade.
Now, one part about this game is that there's not all that much in the way of variety with the conversations.
No village was ever ruined by trade.
That's a very good example of it. Every single time, just no village was ever ruined by trade. Every single time.
Certainly.
Really? Like, you got to, you gotta talk like that? You have nothing else to say? Which kind of gets to one thing that's annoys me about this game, is that there's 8 leaders, but they say the same things. There's not all that much variety, but... Yeah, you're liking me too. You just told me that. Alright, so let's get you into that miasma. There's also this miasma, where when your units stand in it, they take damage. But depending on what path you go, you can actually start getting people to heal in it if you start going more alien. So where I think I'll go from here is I'll build a vivarium. Have any desert tiles near me? No, it's actually pretty good here. Just to boost my food growth so my cities get nice and big. God damn. Let's move up here. Wait until we can pass. And it's a little bit slow now. But I like this part about the early game because it's really like a struggle. You don't just get to have everything and like move out and start. Like, it takes a while before you grow up because we landed on this planet. We have nothing but the resources we brought with us, and we're just trying to survive. Oh, here we go. That's why they're everywhere. They're freaking... there's a nest here. And a resource pod. So they'll just keep spawning out the nest. Probably gonna attack me now because I'm next to their nest, actually. These manticores are actually particularly aggressive. Oh my god, they're gonna hate me, but... Oop. Boop.
We, the dust of a dying world.
Alright, so... I destroyed their nest, so they won't keep spawning here. And as a result, they're gonna be a little bit more aggressive towards me, I think, and I also got a little energy for it. And then I also moved on and took a resource pod. And got some science, which finished geophysics for me, which is pretty nice. So... doesn't look like there's actually any... Okay, there's a bunch of geothermal here, actually. Alright, that's good. Geothermal is actually a fairly useful resource. Allows you to get a lot more production in your stuff. In fact, yeah, it's like 3 geothermal resources here. Yeah, I feel like I think I might get my second city, like, right there. Just to take advantage of these 3 geothermal resources. Is that more geothermal? No. Alright, so where should I go next? I think from here I'm going to go into power systems. And start going towards supremacy, because I want to play the robot Russians, pretty much. I think it'd be pretty fun. I haven't actually played supremacy yet. And, if I start building up, I'll start getting more and more advanced units and troops until I eventually become, like, just these robotic apostles, pretty much. They're actually pretty cool. So I think what the city needs now is some farms. And I just need to keep exploring, pretty much. Yeah, there are a lot of aliens here, though. These guys can go just on top of those workers and wait. And I get a thorium reactor to boost my economy because I keep spending more and more money in those buildings to keep building, so I should probably just tone it down a little bit. Stet mining. Alright, well, they're not here, so it doesn't really matter to me much. So let's just move down here, explore these mountains a little bit. I'm liking this map. There's a lot of mountains, a lot of canyons. It's pretty cool. Like, there's this giant mountain here. I should get a name for that mountain. I'm not sure what yet. Mount Canyon or something like that. Yeah, let's work together, why not? It's too early in the game to really start antagonizing people. So what do we have here? My guess it's America. And that was Franco-Iberia. Oh, I would love a wine and a sweet. Thank you so much. She looks like a nice lady, but she's evil. She will wreck your shit if you're not careful. Alright, so we have our old Earth relic. And so people want to either keep them kind of hidden away and preserved, so they don't cost anything, or we can keep them open to the public, so people like really can learn from Earth. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and open them to the public, so I can get some more culture, so I can get those virtues ready. Right, yeah, sure, open borders is not gonna affect me in any way anyway. So what we got? Culture, expeditions, % growth retained after cities are built. I think I go fairly wide for now. Go ahead and get frugality. So I can start getting some extra workers or something like that too. Yeah, the game's a little slow to start, so once again I do apologize. What we got here? No. Oh, they want me to build a spy agency. So this is like what my my quest look like. Gotta tell you what to do, but they're a little bit vague at sometimes. Let's go ahead and let's build another farm. Get you on top of this hill. Let's get you guys to protect them.